Well, I'd like to welcome everybody to The Future is Bright with Solar Insure. I'm here with Nick Mascia, and he's been a long time in the solar industry. And Nick, let me ask you, how long have you been in the solar industry and what have you done?
Well, I'm creeping up on 15 years, and I've had a diversified career, actually. I started as a do-it-yourself. I mean, if you live in Florida in the 60s, you know there's sunshine there. But in those days, it was only for a tan. As the years went by, I got interested in converting energy from the sun. I even combined a wind turbine with a couple of panels. I think it was about 1 kilowatt. And then I started into domestic hot water for homeowners, putting heated panels on a roof. And then I had my own company, Hybrid Solar Systems, where I had both residential and commercial accounts. In those days, commercial was, Dina was 20% down, purchase only, no financing, and it was about $5 a watt. So there was a difficulty in justifying any savings in those days. So migrating forward, I represented a company out of Italy, Photovoltaics, which is floating solar panels, a large number of them, 1,000, 2,000, which would give you, in today's market, a megawatt. Was competitive on and won a bid in Florida for a wastewater treatment plant, 1.2 kilowatts. And a couple of interesting, I approached Mandalay Bay back in the 2013, 2012, to put solar panels on the roof. Well, they were convinced, went to finance, and I was representing a small contractor out of California. Well, wouldn't you know, it went to bid and it went to a national contractor. So I'm, pretty much commercially, I'm very aware, rooftop, ground mount, parking lot, you name it, and I've been there. So I've accumulated this knowledge and I'd like to share it.
All right, awesome. Well, Nick, so why do commercial building owners need to look at solar as an option?
Well, that's you just opened up an opportunity there, and in a couple of minutes. What I've done when I give Zoom or group meetings, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So perhaps someone could take a screenshot of this. I'm a visual guy, so documenting. You said an option. Well, there are only two options for power. One's a utility company, and of course, rooftop, or if there are obstructions on a roof, carport, solar canopies that provide electricity, of course, and shade for cars. So that I'll try to straighten this out. Secondly, hey, what about renting versus owning? When you're with a utility company, you're renting your electricity. How about owning? This is a decision-making T-chart, otherwise known as a Ben Franklin. I guess a lot of people have used it that way, and I do too, because it gives you a side-by-side comparison. So rent versus own, increasing kilowatt. Would you say, Dean, that the kilowatt rates for utilities are going to go up, down, or remain the same? Well, right. It's a no-brainer. Over time, 10 years, averaging 4 to 10%, depending on where you are. California, they're off the charts most of the time. So fossil fuel versus renewable energy, air pollution versus clean energy. Then we have added fees and taxes. If you would take a look at your bill as a company owner, property owner, you would probably choke on the fees alone, because sometimes it can easily exceed your usage, kilowatt usage. Now, demand charges, depending on, of course, your equipment, high amperage use, you have demand charges, and you also time of use. Well, in solar, the sun shines and you get a steady fixed rate no matter what. So let's add up increased property value. That's a goodie. None for the utility company. 25 to 30-year savings, and that could be enormous. I can do a quick example. How about this? Transferability. You have equity on your roof after 5 or 7 years after paying it off. You can pass that on and include that in the value of your property. Very instrumental if you're intending to, create a golden parachute for yourself. And now here's the most important one. A tax, if you have a tax liability, instead of sending that check to Washington, D.C., that is, you apply it and get a 30%, that's the new rate, 30% investment tax credit, according to the IRA, which is the Inflation Recovery Act. Also, how about this one? Equipment depreciation. If you, as a company owner, bought thank you for that. If you bought a forklift, you would write that off over 5 years, capital equipment appreciation. Now, if you purchase a solar system on your roof or in a parking lot, if there's obstructions on the roof, you'll get 25% capital equipment depreciation. That adds up 30, 25, do the math. But always check with your accountant to get the validity of how much it can be and how much it will be. That's about, well, who won that argument? The utility company or solar on the roof? There's your decision maker, Dean.
Yep, absolutely. Love it. So what benefits do you as a developer see with Solar Insure on commercial solar?
Well, 5 years ago, Dean, I investigated the possibility of insuring panels beyond what the warranty was because, quite frankly, it didn't cover labor, it didn't cover monitoring or other nuances that could go wrong over 25 years. And I came across Solar Insure. So everywhere I went, I saw that as a consultant to either residential solar contractors or commercial, they had a competitive advantage. And that's what you're looking for. Anybody can say, oh, we're the best. Well, now you can get the best panels, you can get the best inverters, microinverters, no more string or central inverters as they've been known to be, and also mounting equipment. So why not go in, make a presentation, especially in commercial. In commercial, you got about 10 houses. If it's a 10 kilowatt house, now it becomes, if it's 100 kilowatts, you have 100 kilowatts to worry about over the years. So direct answer to your question is to gain a competitive advantage with Solar Insure. It's not a sales job. It's a peace of mind that one gets from Solar Insure and the benefits that they offer.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so just to reiterate on that, Solar Insure includes monitoring software service for 30 years, parts, labor, and roof penetration warranty. It's a one-time cost that's included in the overall cost of going solar. And really, there's no deductible for the monitoring software service or any of the warranty service work. And this 99% of Solar Insure happens after installation. What Nick was talking about, hey, there's a great benefit for a competitive advantage. It's great for someone in sales, but also when you're in that boardroom with a building owner or a business owner and you're talking to the executives, having Solar Insure is going to give them peace of mind because Solar Insure is transferable, unlimited times without expense. There's no deductible for inverter replacement or a panel replacement, and there's no monthly charge for monitoring. So really, there's no other product like it on the market. And I want to thank you, Nick, as far as being on today. I was wondering, one more piece of advice, what would you give to commercial building owners? Just one more piece of advice.
Yes, and I knew you would do a better job of explaining your benefits than I would, but they're there, and I'm very aware of them, by the way, Dean. Well, in today's market, you opened up with, the future is bright. It certainly is. There are increased benefits in the terms of government rebates and government benefits, investment tax credit, and the performance of panels. Now you can have bifacial on your roof to accommodate a better performance. So as far as the future looking bright, I think it's not only bright, it's also sunny. From and why wouldn't a owner of a property, a business owner of a property, commercial, investigate the possibility that they could qualify for either financing or what would the savings be? What's the return on investment? This is an investment. It's not a sales opportunity where you're buying solar only. No, it's an investment in your own property. You increase it and save thousands, sometimes 100,000, depending on your utility usage. So investigate solar is my final encouragement, of course.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Nick. Nick's email is greentechnick@gmail.com. And if you want to get a hold of Solar Insure, please click the link below. And we want you to hit the subscribe button if you felt that this was informative to you as well. And we just wanted to say goodbye and say, hey, the future is bright. We look forward to seeing you again very soon. And you have yourself a good rest of the day.
And sunny in Vegas and Florida. Thank you for inviting me, Dean.
All right. My pleasure. Thank you.